Hi, Facebook Live. Hi, it's Jerry from Rythmia, and I'm coming to you today from Guanacaste, Costa Rica. And I want to tell you a little bit about Rythmia, and I'll wait for a couple people to show up first. Hi guys, and the way that it's going to go today, if you're feeling it, hey Jennifer Sedini, if you're feeling this, please share it. If you know anybody who could benefit from this, please share it. We're Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. We're a Costa Rican Life Advancement Center that deals with metaphysical teachings and plant medicine and massage and yoga and organic food, and it's just this place where these miracles happen. What's unique about our place is that 94% of the people who come here report electronically when they go that they had a life-changing miracle during their stay. And the place is amazing, and it's modeled after something that happened in my life. I was a business guy, and I was fairly successful. I sold my last company for about $94 million, and I had a terrible life. I was super unhappy. I was suicidal to the point that I tried to commit suicide 2 times, and I couldn't put it together. I was a guy who simply could not put it together, and I was a terrible, terrible man. I was a man that hit women. I was an alcoholic and a drug addict and a sex addict, and everything that you can imagine that's unattractive I was. And through the grace of God, I had this plant journey, and it changed my life in one night. And then I decided that it wasn't enough for me to just call it quits then, that I had to do this for other people, because I knew there was so much pain, because there was so much pain inside of me. And so, hi, sorry. So I want to tell you a little bit about the thing. The miracle that we work on here is one where that surrounds around a core belief of ours that from when you're born, something happens in your life, and you actually leave your soul. You stay in your aura, but you leave your soul. And that all disease, all addictions, all disorders, and all sadness come from this split. And once you put this thing back together, everything in your life changes. Your own vibration changes, your life changes, things look different. I'm alive for the first time in my whole life. I'm alive and well and happy and joyful and doing what I love to do. I have the best job in the world, and I really do have the best job in the world. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But like on an average week, I believe we had about 80 folks here this week, and the miracles that happened from the beautiful people that were here, and I mean miracle on top of miracle. And we have the best thought leaders that come here today. I said goodbye to Michael Beckwith, and then what a fantastic week I had with him. Just the most amazing week. The week before that was Kyle Cease. I forget even who was the week before that. John Perkins. Like, there's one after another. Greg Braden's coming today or tomorrow, and he'll be here for a week. You gotta come and you gotta experience this. And when I tell you the miracles that I saw this week were enough that if I only lived 1 week and I got to see that, I'd feel like my life was worthwhile. That I did something, because it's so crazy. It's week after week. So I'm just full of joy. And hi, Adam. Hi, Graham. I'm just full of joy, and I feel so happy to be here. And we have a wonderful guest, and thanks for all the hearts. We have a wonderful guest with us, and her name is Victoria, or Tori, and she's from Champaign, Illinois. And we have, hi, Sandra, you're here right now, gorgeous. As a matter of fact, you were going to be on this. Here's the thing. Molly, how many plant medicines have you taken in 1 week? Okay, and can 1 week really make a difference? 1 week, and I'm going to tell you this, 1 week and people are not the same. Then they won't be the same for the rest of your life. This is it. And I want to tell you why that is. That something happens when you put yourself back together. It's called a soul merge. When you merge back with your soul and you have your heart healed, we do three things here. We show people who they become. That's the first step. And the second step is to merge them back with their soul. And the third step is to heal their heart. And when you put this back together and the person starts living from here, from this center, then everything changes. And I mean, their world is different. They're different people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Tori come over and sit down for a second and talk with us. Come on, Tori. And Tori's story is really unique. And she's long and tall like a giraffe. She's gorgeous. She came here with her mom, and they're super, super sweet people. They're from Champaign, Illinois. And Tori, how old are you?
I'm 20.
She's 20 years old, and you had a pretty crazy week, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was the most life-changing experience, and it is actually almost a miracle that I'm here able to talk. Even just growing up in school, it was hard for me to even make friends. I felt mute almost. I couldn't give speeches, so for me to even be here talking without crying is a huge step, and that's just a testimony for me to be speaking
And can I
sharing
say
my
this?
story.
When you came here, what was the motivating thing? Like, you saw your mother sitting down, I would imagine, somewhere, and we said, hey, it's time for our vacation. You said, let's go to Rythmia. I mean, tell me how did that really happen?
I've actually never spoke about this except to my mom and my sister, but I was anorexic since I was 16. I was bulimic for the past 3 months. I was living in LA acting and modeling, and I had to move home because I was so depressed. I hated myself. It makes me want to cry because I didn't see the point in life.
Don't worry, sweetheart.
But I'm here to say that I actually feel love for myself, like actually feel it. And you hear people talk about it, but you have to love yourself first, and then you can love others. But I knew that, but I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel it. I couldn't let love in.
And so let me ask you, so in that, your mom said, well, we got to go somewhere?
Yes.
Is that how this works? So tell me.
So I came to her because it was too much. And my cousin committed suicide, and I know the effects that it has on a family, and I didn't want that to be me.
I hear you.
I didn't want to do that to my family, even though I wanted to do it. So I came to my mom and I said, I'm depressed. I hate myself. I'm bulimic. And she goes, okay, we're going to get you help. And she looked at different places. We Googled all different places for eating disorders. And some magical way she found Rythmia. And I mean, it's a miracle that we found you. I mean,
I love that.
my sister actually has done ayahuasca, and she suffered from some of the same things that I've been going through, and she recommended to go do it, but I never have really felt called to do it.
And so I want to get back to something. I want to tell you, you guys, please press the share button on this, because this is so interesting and what a great story. So I'm going to ask you, Victoria, so your mom said, okay, I found this place, and you said it's weird, or what'd you say?
Well, the places that we were looking at, it was for eating disorders, so it was weird about how they had it, rules about being strict about how you had to eat like a cookie at certain times because they're trying to get you over that. But I was raised to eat organic, whole foods, very spiritual, and what really called me to this place that I was like, we have to go, is that they serve the most amazing food. It's organic. It's to die for. It's a resort here, basically. I feel like I'm at a hotel. It's super, super clean, and I do have to say it is a community. It is.
So I want to ask you something. So for the people that are watching, so you really felt like what happened to me. I was like borderline suicidal. You were starting to have those thoughts a little?
Yes.
And so you and your mom check in, and this was crazy. I saw you and your mom, and you both look like models. I thought, are these sisters? Like, what is going on here, right? And I got a chance to talk with your mom, but she didn't say anything like this. And I thought, oh, it must be that the mom, wants to explore some things and brought the daughter. In my mind, I didn't know what was going on. And so we go to this class on Monday, and you hear me, the madman, talking about stuff. And what do you think? This guy's crazy?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I did. It's really hard to believe that it has that capability to heal you, to become like a complete person, to feel love, self-love, acceptance, whatever you're looking for. It's just unbelievable, and it's still hard for me to process how this has happened to me.
So let's talk about it a second. So you see me talking about this thing and the split, and there's 80 people there, and you're probably the youngest, and the oldest I would say is high 70s or 80, and you must be thinking, what kind of freak show did I land my ass in, right? And so anyway, then we get this thing, and then that night, you go through this metaphysical course, you hear Michael Beckwith, and then you go up to the Maloka, and you drink medicine. And tell me what happens the first night.
So the first night, I was in such a deep, deep depression, and I needed it. I wasn't scared to come here because I knew that I was at such a low point that I've gone to therapy, nothing really helped. It helped a little bit, nothing like this. Yeah. And, but that night I was nervous. I was very nervous, and I'm a nervous person. I was shaking a little bit, and I just remember my intention. The first night, I wanted it to be my own intention of to love myself and love life again. And I remember lying there. It was hard for me to really surrender to it because I was just nervous, but it can bring me to tears because it was like my gift was my body. It was, I can't believe I was so harmful to it. And it's such a miracle that it does function. And I know people that have cancer or who have very horrible things that they want to heal their body. I even lost my period when I was anorexic, and it took me 2 years to get it back. And I loved myself, but I gained weight in the process, and that's when I started hating myself again, and that's when bulimia kicked in. But it was, I could start to feel the love again going back into my heart, which is so freeing to say. It's very freeing to say, and it makes me so happy.
And so that was your first night. Mm-hmm. So then the next day, that night was Brazilian medicine, which was very soft. And then the next night was Brad. So then we had more metaphysical classes, and then a little Michael Beckwith, and then boom, it's the next night. You're drinking medicine again. And what happens that night?
So I went back to what you recommended, the 3 steps.
So show me who I become, merge my soul, and heal my heart.
So show me who I've become. I saw myself. I didn't take up any space whatsoever. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't let people in. And it was so sad. I was so tiny, and I the space that I wanted to take up. It was like I was so tiny. So I took a breath in, and I was like, "Thank you." And that was another thing. I felt again that I couldn't really speak. It was hard for me to speak in front of anyone, let people in. Right. And the surgeries, they weren't.
So tell me now. So that night you had surgery. This thing that happens when you're on medicine is called celestial surgery or sacred surgery, and what happens is that the mother comes in to your body and starts moving things around, having surgery. So who tell me what they did to you?
Well,
And this is
it's-
Tuesday night.
yes.
Go ahead.
It made my mouth open, like really, really wide, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It felt like it was like I could really open it, and they went in and they healed my throat, and that's why I feel like I'm able to talk right now.
How beautiful is
Yeah.
that? How
It's-
beautiful is that?
Yeah.
And so that's the second night.
Mhm.
And now, look at the monkey right here.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see a monkey.
Believe it or not, there's a monkey looking at us. But here's the thing. So now the third night happens, and the third night's a deep night. Third night is a Peruvian night run by the women, and it's a big night. So tell me what happened that night.
Well, I had a big freak out moment.
And what was your big freak out moment? So I know. Like it's yelled or
Oh yeah.
threw up.
And coming into this, I was like, I'm so sensitive. I don't want to be next to someone who's freaking out because it will make me freak out. And I ended up being the one to freak out and let out all these emotions that I started screaming and crying like I was a little baby. I felt like I was in a crib again, and I needed someone there. And the staff here is amazing. A woman came over to me and she was there, and I'm so scared, and I was crying, and she came close to me, and my freak out moment, I realized that I needed that in order to let people in.
You had to break that down.
I had to break that down in order to allow help. So she was helping me, and there was so much love that I was like, I love you, I love you, I love you. And the thing about, I was ashamed that I was being so loud and obnoxious. I didn't want to interrupt anyone else.
Right.
But after that night, people were coming up to me and saying, a lady came up to me and said that she was trying to heal her heart from a heartbreak. And my cries were actually her cries that she couldn't let out.
Express. Yeah, and that happens a lot.
And when I started saying I love you, like I couldn't. It was
Were you
just
saying I love you out loud, or were you saying I love you in the medicine?
Out loud.
Good
Out
for
loud,
you.
I couldn't control it. I was like, I love you, I love you. You know what? It's weird, but it was coming out, and it's weird how the medicine works in that way. And she said that in that moment when you said I love you, she said that I healed my heart because in order to get out of the heartbreak, I had to love again the same way I got into.
Absolutely, and that's what it says all the time. So now, did your soul already come back? Did you merge?
Yes, after that happened, she took me outside and we were talking, and it felt like my soul came up through my body, and I know it sounds weird, but it felt that I pushed my soul down so deep down, because you get hurt, so I was trying to protect myself by not allowing myself to feel. And it came up through me, and that's when I got down on my knees and I said, I'm so sorry, and was apologizing to my body and really forgave myself. And it was my soul coming back to know that I am love. I deserve to let love in. I can love myself. And I remember people talking about, like, when we would share, they'd be like, I felt love for myself. And I'm like, oh yeah, boo-hoo, like, whatever. Like, I know that's true, but I couldn't feel it. And it almost made me upset that people could feel it and I couldn't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so listen, so now Wednesday night, you get, and by the way, I've never met a 20-year-old with as much on the ball as you. You're really there. You're amazing. You're amazing. But I want to ask something now. So now you have a merged, your souls merged, and you got your new heart, and now it's Thursday. And Thursday night's a big night. Did you go up on Thursday?
I did.
It's Yahe night on Thursday. So tell us about Thursday.
Okay, so I was so nervous going into it. The night before, it was really traumatic for me, and I had freak outs, like, where I was just, it was too much for me to handle.
Were you yelling?
Yeah.
Good.
Yelling, crying, it was like, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
Didn't even know that was inside of me.
Yeah.
So for it to let out, I feel free. I feel so much weight has come off of me. I feel able to laugh again, speak again, love again. But I was so nervous going in the last night because I know it's an intense night.
Yeah.
And I didn't, it was just too much that night before that I didn't want to feel that again. So going into it, I was like, just please be gentle with me. And she told me, the plant medicine was saying, I didn't do that to you. It's how I had to show you how you treat yourself.
Wow. Huh.
So you can have peace again.
Wow.
I only want you to have peace.
Yep.
So I realized that was the mind games that I played with myself. And after that, it was the most beautiful and liberating thing where my heart was healed. And I grew up as a dancer. I grew up as a perfectionist. In school, I got straight A's. I drove myself crazy, like insane, where I would cry because I had to study for a test. I'm like, it was just too much to be the perfect dancer.
From a perfect family.
Yep, from, you know.
Yep. It's a lot of pressure to be. Yeah.
And I ended up dancing. I mean, it wasn't very good. I grew up as a ballet dancer, but I just let myself go, and I could feel how beautiful my body to even be able to move
freely. Yeah.
You know.
So now you're in your heart, and I try to explain this to people, and it's super hard to do, but the amount of love that you feel when you merge your soul and you allow your heart to be healed, what does that feel like? Like, try to explain to someone. I can't do it. I want to hear you try to. What does that feel like?
It feels like how we're all supposed to feel, you know? Like when you're born, you're supposed to, like when you're first born, I feel like you're just supposed to be in this loving, kind environment that everyone's supposed to feel this way. And through time, you know, how you talk about how your soul splits and life happens. Life isn't so perfect. And that was another realization. I was like, why do we feel so much pain? I don't get the pain. And it's...
And why didn't you think?
Because if you don't feel that pain, you aren't grateful for the love and joy that you can feel. I mean, it makes you appreciative of it. So you can...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you did all those foreign medicines, and then there's breath work. So did you go to breath work, or did you skip?
I know, I went to breath work.
Did you cry in breath work?
Yep.
Yes.
I felt so irritated for some reason because I had that irritated energy, and that's what they told me, that I was letting it out.
Yep.
And I mean, my mother, God bless her, I have an older brother and sister, and we go to this therapist guy who does breath work.
Okay.
It helps a lot. And my mom always said that she didn't really understand it. She didn't really understand meditation. She knows that it's great. But afterwards, she raised her hand, and she never really speaks in front of people. And she was like, I could feel the vibration. And she really gets it. She's like, I cannot wait. We have another breath class tonight. She's like, I can't wait to go. It's life-changing with just the breath that you're able to have, and they teach you through that.
So can I ask you this? So, like, lots of people, when you saw this cast of, like, from your age to people who are in their, I would say their high 70s here, and you saw the experience you had, were you shocked that everybody had the same, that everybody got this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that really healed me, was just the people here. And like I said, I didn't let people in that...
But no, I'm saying when you saw the other guests getting the same thing?
It's really unbelievable, and it's almost hard to believe. And when people say I got the miracle, everyone like had a miracle, it's hard to believe until you're in that space.
And are you ready to go back to Champagne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go back to life and just enjoy it, because I didn't allow myself to feel any type of joy. I felt like I needed success. I wanted to be perfect, perfect, perfect. And now I'm just, life is so beautiful that I want to experience it.
I love you. I love you so much.
That's another
you're
thing
such a good girl.
that I'm able to say I love you back, you know?
know.
Or even just say I love you. It kind of made me like,
Weird.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I love you. This is weird. You only say that to your parents, family.
Now, let me ask you this though. So now, did you see the eating thing leave you?
Yes.
Because I know it's not there. So tell me what was the thing with that?
Okay, I know this sounds weird, but
Uh-huh.
one of my favorite movies was Avatar.
Uh-huh. Go figure. Yeah.
So if you have seen Avatar, this might make a little bit of sense. If not, I'm not sure how much it will make sense. But when the people had to enter and become like the Avatar body, they went into like the little tube thing, and then it was themselves, but they're the Avatar body.
Yeah.
I was able, it was like almost I had an out of body experience where it was me, but my body was like this new being. Like this body really isn't me. It was like I was watching myself over. It's hard to explain, but I do feel that it has completely.
Yeah. Well, here's what we believe. So we believe when you put yourself back in your soul, and your heart gets healed, that all disease, all disorders, all addictions, everything goes, and it's typical. This is not the exception. This is the rule. What happened to you, and I'm so happy and proud of you, and like to know like you know how hurt you were, and to see how happy you are makes what we do worth so much. We love doing this shit. You know? we love this stuff. So
and I just have to say I'm so appreciative to you, to the staff. And the most beautiful thing about this place is that everyone here is to heal. And I was able to heal actually through the people who were here. I mean, it's like a family, a community. And I didn't really believe in friends prior to coming here, probably because I was depressed and you know.
Yeah, that could have something to do.
Yeah, but it's really magical what happens here, and I just want to say thank you. I just thank you.
Well, listen, you make it fun to do. You know, you make it fun to do. I wanna just open something up. That the number on top there, 866-936-9446. Please call that number. If you have questions, you don't have to book a vacation. If you have questions about the retreat, or you have questions about how things are going, then call them. I'm going to answer some questions right now for people there if you have questions for us. But call that number. You're a beautiful person, Tori, inside and out, so gracious and humble. Aww. You are a beautiful person. Vomiting was so freeing and awesome. Yeah, the best. Pia loves that. Hamid Dash is watching. Hey, Hamid. Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. So many people are seeing this thing. Please do me a favor. If you have a question, please ask it. We'd love to answer it. And please share this if you know somebody that could benefit from this. And I want to tell you this. This is not a sales thing. How do you cultivate it once we leave Rythmia? Okay, so here's the great thing. The change that happens to you when you're here is permanent. And permanent. So you don't have to do anything when you leave. Is she single? Yes, she is. I think she is single. Hey, Madeline. Hey, Dio. So I wanna say two things. The more that we do this, we've done it for about 2,000 people now. And in the first year, we had 3 or 4 people a night here. And now we're booked out all the time. So please, if you're thinking about coming, get a place, like call and make an appointment. Carol says she's scared to vomit. Now I can tell you this, Carol, that everybody before they do it is afraid to vomit. But vomiting is the most freeing experience. Did you vomit?
I actually didn't vomit.
Some people don't even vomit.
But it was, the experience itself is, you're all together, so it's almost like this the humanity of it all is that we're all humans, that we all.
It's very real.
Yeah.
The vomiting experience.
Yeah.
So don't even worry about it. It's liberating.
It is.
And the thing is, she's very rare. Most people throw up. Most people have diarrhea. Most people cry. You cried.
I cried a
Most
lot.
people laugh. Did you laugh?
I laughed a
laughed a lot. It's so normal. It's all normal. What makes this place different than other places? It's the combination of the classes, then the metaphysical work, and then the shamanism together. It's this combination. It's such a combination of things, and it has this effect unlike anything we've ever seen. I don't know who she is for maturing natural. She is spectacular. Yeah, she's spectacular. And I can't wait for her to get cut loose in Champagne and go back to vomiting was peaceful, and I felt nurtured. I vomited 2 to 4 times a night. That's very how it feels. The vomiting feels like such a release because the medicine goes in us and it collects the things that no longer serve us. And when it's ready, it gets rid of them. It's very, very liberating. You have to go, let's see, and the breath work is amazing. Yes, all you guys, you're safe. And yeah, hi Sandra. I love Sandra. And Sandra had a great week here as well. So guys, I want to say if there's any other questions, I'll be around and I will answer them later. Please, whatever you do, please come here. If you know someone that's in pain, and we're all in pain at one point in our life, if you know somebody that's in pain and nothing seems to work, or counseling doesn't seem to work, and workshops don't seem, how many days should I go to have the complete liberating experience? It's a week. So just give us a week. Can this help someone with yes?
Oh, that's my mom.
That's your mom, Tracy. Look at that. Hi, Mom.
I did come here with my mom, and it's so funny that my mom wants to bring all of my siblings here. That's how much we believe in it. I mean, not just believe, but feel. I mean, it is a miracle.
Yeah, it is. It is a miracle. Okay, so yeah, so does it get rid of environmental toxicity? Absolutely. The main thing with this is that when you put yourself together and you merge back with your soul, disease leaves you because your body's perfectly designed to heal itself on food. That's the truth. How long do we have to book in advance? The more you book in advance, the better. We have openings, I think, in May, or April and May. And please come. It helps. It's crazy good for addiction because all addiction is the result of the split. So when you heal that split, this is the funny thing. I was addicted to injectable Demerol, cocaine, sex, alcohol like crazy, cigarettes. Did I leave anything out? And gambling. I threw some gambling in there. And the moment that I was merged back with my soul, I didn't want to do those things. I didn't have to white knuckle anything. I don't have to try not to do something. I simply don't want to do them anymore. And here's the funny thing about human nature. At the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do. So you better want to do things that are good for you. And putting back your soul together, now I want to eat clean, watch monkeys everywhere.
There's 2 monkeys now.
Yeah, there's 2 monkeys in the tree. And live a healthy life. So yeah, if you have someone that's addicted and they keep going to try to become unaddicted, it's a losing battle. It works for 2% of the people. The other 98% are frustrated. So please bring them here. And we love addicts. We love this place. And I love you guys. And listen, oh, my new book. Yeah, thanks, Richard. I have a book out called Shit the Moon Said, which is about my experience with this plant medicine and how this stuff is changing my life. Molly, we'd love to open in the UK. The problem is your government is not fond of the ayahuasca. We would love to open there. We would love to open there. But for now, come here. This week that you spend here, and I'm going to tell you something, will change your life. You will be a different person, and it will stick with you forever. So please, what other message do you advocate for realigning your soul outside of ayahuasca retreats? I would say transformational breath work and hypnosis combined is the best non-ayahuasca shortcut to doing it. But please come here and do it with us. In addition to that, you'll meet some really cool people, right?
Yeah.
The craziest people are here all the time. We have everybody from all walks of life. You have actors and actresses and regular people and moms and tradesmen and everything, and they all have something in common. They want to change their life. They want their soul back, and this is the place. This is the place to do it. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I want to thank you, sweetie, for like everything that you are and who you are now and what you're going to be. You're just amazing, and I want you to come. I want you to come here and to experience this for yourself. We love people. We love you. We love coming here, and I love what I'm doing. I have the best job in the world. So, I just have 15 years sobriety from alcohol, and we're doing this next year, so I don't believe it will go against, no. And I want to tell you something, just so you know, Bill Walton, when he came up with the AA model, the idea for Alcoholics Anonymous, was doing a hallucinogenic plant called belladonna, and research that, and you'll find out that it's true. So anybody who's been to AA who says, I can't do that, is crazy because your founder did it to get the thing going. So anyway, listen, we love you guys. Please share this. If you know anybody in pain or that has an addiction or that is just sad or has some kind of mental disorder, and when I say mental disorder, about 90% of the people that I know either have borderline personality disorder or they're bipolar or they're like crazy in some description, and they get here and that shit goes away. It all goes away. So please come here and tune in, and we'll see you guys next week. But thank you so much, and thank you, dear. Thank you for coming here. You're so beautiful. Thank you, guys, and we will see you next week. Come to Rythmia.